Aloha! Hi, my name is Cher, and this is Sickle and Thriving, a growing support community for people living with sickle cell and for those who love them. And today is World Mental Health Day, as well as some other days too, as well as some other things they're celebrating today. But we'll just focus on World Mental Health Day. So happy World Mental Health Day to everyone out there. And let's dive right into today's talk. Now, dealing with the physical effects of sickle cell anemia is tough enough, right? But what's often overlooked is how much it impacts us emotionally and mentally. And then it creates this cycle where, the physical affects the mental, then the mental affects the physical, and it's like we can't break out of that cycle. Well, today we will be talking about mental health. Yes, it's World Mental Health Day, so why not? Now, while a lot of attention is rightly focused on the physical aspects of sickle cell, like pain crisis, acute chest syndrome, sickle cell nephropathy, avascular necrosis, and so on and so forth. Like, because staying alive is, of course, our priority, right? The emotional and mental toll is often pushed to the background. But it's just as important because people living with sickle cell often feel misunderstood. And this, a lot of the times, affects them mentally. Now, sometimes we're even judged by those who don't really understand what we are going through. In some parts of the world, like where I am currently, there are stories about how even the healthcare professionals, they give you that, oh, it's you again, look. When we show up at the hospital in pain, needing another hospital stay. It's almost as if we are there for the fun of it, like hospitalizations are somehow synonymous with trips to Disney World or amusement parks or something. Now, whenever I get that look, I always remind myself this is why you should do all you can to stay healthy and not get hospitalized. Facing the facts, right? Caring for someone with a chronic illness like sickle cell is not easy. But today I'm trying to appeal to all caregivers, to all loved ones of people living with sickle cell. Please be empathetic, kind, and patient. There's no one who enjoys living with pain. And most likely, they've already beaten up themselves for falling ill again, even though many times it's not, within their control. A little kindness during those tough times can remind them that their life is valuable, and that they are worthy of care and worthy of being alive. Because you see, research shows that people with sickle cell have a higher rate of suicidal thoughts and attempts than the general population. In fact, I remember one particular hospital stay when it felt like the pain was just getting worse as the days passed. I was so frustrated with the doctors for not prescribing stronger pain meds because the doctors will always say you need to take it, bed by bed. And because I was all alone in the hospital by myself, my thoughts started to drift to what it would be like, to just pass on and no longer feel pain, no longer feel to escape the pain and to no longer feel, like a burden. Um, but then I thought about my son, and that's brought back my fighting spirit. Like, no way, I have to fight. I have to, stay alive. The topic of mental health for people with sickle cell disease is vast. And honestly, we could talk for days and days and still not cover it all. The pain, the uncertainty of when the next crisis will strike, you know, and even the stigma associated with it can lead to anxiety, depression, and very deep loneliness. Now, disruptions in our lives, whether it's missing school, work, or social events, they don't do much for our confidence either. I always say that, sickle cell has a way of just stealing your thunder. But today, I'm not just going to talk about the tough parts. I also want to talk about building mental resilience. There are a lot of things that you can do, but I just want to talk about two today, two things that have helped me. And maybe I will talk about the others in another video. One is practicing self awareness and emotional regulation. So, first of all, try and recognize your emotions. Start by becoming aware of how you are feeling, whether it's frustration, whether it's sadness, whether it's anxiety. Just simply acknowledging, these feelings rather than trying to push them aside can help prevent them from overwhelming you. And then use positive self-talk. As a Christian, personally, I believe that as a man thinks in his heart, so he is. So I try and replace negative thoughts with compassionate, positive ones, and that helps to change, excuse me, my mindset. So instead of focusing on your limitations, remind yourself of your strengths, of your resilience, and remind yourself of the progress that you have made. Thirdly, manage stress. Techniques like deep breathing, I talked about it in another video, meditation, prayer, mindfulness, can help keep emotions in check and prevent stress from worsening your physical pain. Because you don't want to deal with stress. Cortisol is your enemy. Now, the second thing is try to cultivate a growth mindset. Embrace challenges as opportunities to grow. I mean, instead of viewing sickle cell as a barrier, try to see how each challenge makes you stronger and more resilient. Shifting your perspective can make it easier to face tough situations with confidence. I believe so. Now, learn from setbacks. Now, crisis episodes are hard, but they can also be a learning experience. So, understanding what triggers your crisis and how to manage that better gives you a sense of control over your own health, right? So try and pay attention. Like if you've gone through a crisis, try and ask yourself, what did I do wrong? Did I stress myself? Was I dehydrated? You know, and then learn from that. Learn what not to do next time. And please celebrate small wins. Whether it's getting through a difficult day or managing a crisis successfully, hitting a health milestone or a work milestone, even. Celebrating these moments, no matter how small, builds your confidence over time. So please celebrate the seemingly small achievements in your life. Now, this journey with sickle cell isn't easy, but by focusing on our mental and emotional health, we can learn to live with strength and resilience. Together, we can thrive despite the challenges we face. And that's it for today. So, those two things, remember them. And I wish you a beautiful day, a beautiful World Mental Health Day, right? Until next time, stay hydrated and please follow, subscribe, all those things they do on social media so that you can always see my post, and do well to share this with someone who is living with sickle cell, or a sibling or a spouse or a parent of someone living with sickle cell. Until next time, again, stay hydrated. Toodles.